I'm Tim Draper, and I invest in big ideas before they become the next big thing. I invested in Tesla, SpaceX, Twitch, all when they were just a sparkle in that entrepreneur's eye. This season, I'm traveling the globe to find game-changing entrepreneurs with world-transforming ideas. I'll bring these visionary innovators to Hero City in the heart of Silicon Valley, where they'll compete for $1 million investment. Here is the twist. You, the viewers, can vote for your favorite entrepreneurs and help them secure a spot in the finale. Who will rise to the challenge and secure the funding to turn their dreams into reality? Let's find out together on Season 7 of... All right, here we are at Digital Bridge. Wow, nice day here in Astana, crisp. I have the feeling they feel winter is coming. Winter is coming, and it's rough in Game of Thrones. It's rough here too. We are at the Digital Bridge conference here in Kazakhstan. There are 5,000 people coming, and I think this is going to be one of the greatest events Kazakhstan's ever seen. We're in Astana. It's a brand new city. The place is absolutely gorgeous, and it's been filling up. The last time I was here was about 5 years ago, and they had about 500,000 people. Now they got about 1 million people.
So if you win this $1 million from Tim Draper, what will that mean to you?
It will mean for us a world.
Our plans is go to US market.
And this will also inspire us. It will say us that we're on the right track.
We really want to help students to make really good, interesting games to give each other.
I'm from Kazakhstan. I sometimes struggle to find information and the right tools. I want to do business that makes the world a better place.
All right, welcome everybody to Meet the Drapers. We find the most extraordinary entrepreneurs, and you, the viewers, get to vote on them. We see who ends up winning the $1 million at the end of the season. Let's start by introducing our judges. Mikhail Lomtadze, co-founder of Kaspi.kz, an $18 billion business. On my right here, we have Ainur, CEO of Kazakhstan Investment Corporation. And our third guest judge, Timur Turlov, CEO of Freedom Holding Company. They have a market cap of over $5.05 billion. We have some extraordinary guest judges here. Welcome to the show. What are you going to be looking for in the entrepreneurs that we're bringing in here?
I will be looking for the same thing which we look for in our company. Individual driven by mission to make a difference in the world.
I'll be looking for a startup which will bring the most social effect for Kazakhstani economy and Kazakhstani people.
We know that the key asset is a very cost-efficient solutions for customers.
Well, this is terrific. Okay, you all know the eyebrow thing, right? Now that you're a part of Meet the Drapers, oh, you know this. You're so good. I think it's time to bring on those entrepreneurs. But before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
My name is Bolat. I'm a founder and CEO of Arlan Biotech.
My name is Dauken. I'm CTO and the co-founder.
I've started doing business because I was diagnosed with hepatitis C. And my salary at the university was only $1,000 and I need to pay $2,000 for my medicine. And I was sitting and thinking, right now I need to help myself. And I started a business to get that funds for the treatment. At the end of the day, the magic happened and I'm virus free. Doing business gives you tools to control your life and then help others. Back in 2020, when COVID-19 hit, I was thinking that I need to help my community. I was looking for a technical co-founder who is really interested in biotechnology. Because we both graduates of Nazarbayev University, within that network, I received Dauken's pitch. He was working on AI for the drug discovery. And I messaged him and said, let's connect. And it basically took us about 15 minutes to decide.
Most biotech guys don't know about AI, don't know how to code. The first thing that catched me that he knows a lot about biotech and wet lab, but also he knows coding. He was really motivated, and this catched my heart. I decided to work together and move forward together. As an entrepreneur and a scientist or developer, there are a lot of obstacles, and most of the time something is not working. When you do what you like, obstacles are just obstacles.
When a professional VC invests in you, it actually gives you a motivation, it gives you a sign that you are doing the right thing. We're a very musical nation.
What kind of music do you play?
I actually play guitar, I play saxophone, and I play national instrument dombra. So, I mean, honestly, myself, I do love, old music, old style.
And what's your favorite drink? Do you guys like the camel milk national drink?
Yeah, the horse milk. Horse milk, yeah. One of the best drinks is, of course, horse milk. And because, it's alcoholic, but it's not like a whiskey.
Kazakhstan economy is very hungry to entrepreneurs, and when you start some ambitious business, everyone going to support you.
Coming up on Meet the Drapers.
What is your skin in the game? You're asking for money. What is there that you will lose alongside with investors that actually will give you the money?
Okay, let's bring on our first entrepreneur.
Honestly, I slept only for 3 hours, but I think it's fine.
Hi, my name is Bolat and this is Dauken, and we are Arlan Biotech. We are developing AI for faster nanobody discovery and manufacturing. 1/3 of the market is shared by North America. More than 50% of the products is developed for treatment or diagnosis of cancer and autoimmune disease. But there is a problem. Discovering nanobodies is very slow process, and we have a solution. We have developed an AI which is 1,000 times faster than any existing classical method. We are unique. Why we are unique? Because we use our own 800 million synthetic data. We save 8 months of time, and more importantly, we are human error free. We have signed 2 license agreements for $300,000 US with the pharmaceutical company. We are planning to earn more than $100,000 US by the end of the day. We have 2 local nanobody patents, and basically invest in us, invest in our technology, and we will disrupt. And our team, yes, our team. I am Bolat, CEO and founder. I have PhD in biomedical engineering, and this is Dauken, my CTO. Invest in our technology. We will disrupt the biotech business together. Let's do it. Thank you.
Terrific. So I was just giving a talk where I said the great entrepreneurs, they do everything with gusto and enthusiasm, and you've got gusto and enthusiasm. That is terrific.
We tried to be energetic because we were first, and we came out to the stage to enjoy that process.
As I understand it, you can take proteins, run them through some artificial intelligence program, and come up with nanoparticles that can cure cancer. Is that kind of the direction that this is heading?
So basically, yes. For example, during the COVID time, it took more than a year to develop antigen test, yeah? But with our technology, for example, new pandemic arrives, we just take the viral protein, we have the sequence, we just put it into our AI, and within minutes, we get the nanobody sequence, which could be used for the diagnostic purposes.
How do you extract protein? Do you sort of take blood test and then run it through your AI?
No, we just need a sequence. The protein is just sequence of amino acids because AI without data is nothing. And for proteins, you need a good quality data.
Let me explain simply about our innovation by synthetic data. For us, we need interacting points of protein-protein interaction, but this data is limited. Then we discovered that we can extract such kind of interaction inside molecules, inside proteins, and we can extract billions of them. And this is our key approach that is differentiating from our competitors, and even big pharma face this issue, and we solved it.
What was the aha moment that happened here where between the two of you, why you decided to do this?
I was working on nanobodies since 2020 because when the COVID started, I was trying to find the right solution to make a diagnostic. And scientists from the University of Zurich, they sent me the sequence of synthetic nanobody. And I've started to develop a lateral flow test. During that time, I've realized that most of the wet lab, which is done right now, could be replaced by AI. It was really hard to find a CTO within Kazakhstan because you cannot find a developer who is interested in AI and biotechnology.
He was really motivated, and he loved what he's doing, and this catched my heart. I decided to work together and move forward together.
So basically, it was a perfect match.
Yeah, and we are moving together, and we will succeed.
Guys, I don't know anything about this. I will approach this with the no bullshit type of questions which usually ask, what is your skin in the game? I mean, you're asking for money. Let's say things doesn't work out. What is there that you will lose alongside with investors that actually will give you the money?
One of the judges asked what I have invested in that. And I was thinking I have invested my soul, basically.
We have invested everything. Trust me, Arlan Biotech is after my son. His name is Arlan. And I haven't seen how he grew up. Why? Because I was sitting in the lab each day and going to home and sleeping only for 3 hours.
It's first time for me to meet such VCs. I mean, Tim Draper, he's a billionaire. Those guys are, they're giants.
Terrific. Well, thank you so much for being on Meet the Drapers.
They were not so tough, basically. We were first, and it was a huge responsibility.
What did all of you think of Arlan Biotech?
I think the guys are just super enthusiastic. I mean, this business is really tough.
I noticed that they're graduates of Nazarbayev University, and I know that R&D center in Nazarbayev University is very strong. I know the guy who runs it, actually. He's very passionate about his graduates. So
this biotech startups is usually inspiring much all the science community because of the potential of monetization.
It's difficult to sell to pharma, but they've already figured out how to get at least one pharma customer, and that's very exciting. I'm not sure they've thought through what the business model is because it sounds like they save, millions of dollars to the pharma company and they're only charging a couple thousand. So I think maybe they need to rethink the long-term business model. Yeah, very interesting, and boy, you gotta love those two entrepreneurs. All right, let's bring on our next entrepreneur. But before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
I can start.
Yep.
My name is Batagoy Zhuman. I'm CEO and co-founder of TeenTechEd company.
My name is Tatiana Potapkina. I'm also a co-founder of TeenTechEd company.
How did you two meet each other?
Yeah, I think
it's a nice story. Actually, our company, we have 3 co-founders, and we are all from different countries: Kazakhstan, Russia, and Uzbekistan. And we met at the university in Abu Dhabi.
For me, it's still miraculous how we all get along since we all have different backgrounds. I did my master's in chemical engineering.
I did my master in the field of sustainability and management.
And the third co-founder, she's in computer science. All of us have different backgrounds, different countries, but we share the same idea of helping children and kids, students in the rural areas.
From our region, people just stay in their countries. They don't travel a lot. Maybe for us, it's always something like, wow, if you go abroad to have an education.
It's not only about studying abroad, it's also about connecting people. International education, it helps to create peace. We want to have a bigger goal of creating this kind of movement that will make this world a better place. We ourselves are sitting in most ventures, and I checked the list of people who they invested in, like 99% are men. I thought of a mission to be one of the first ladies who will be invested by the venture capitals in Kazakhstan. Day by day, we were facing challenges, working late at nights, struggling with the implementation, finding the right people, but all these steps made us stronger as founders and as a team.
That's one of the traits of Kazakhstani people, that we are very welcoming. We are multinational, 120 nations and more living together peacefully. It is now getting more diverse with experts, and that makes us, the startup founders, very happy.
Coming up on Meet the Drapers.
Who is your key customer and who's paid you $100,000, I guess? Now let's bring on our next entrepreneur. It's TeenTechEd.
A bit nervous, but very, very excited. It's going to be fun. Hello everyone, my name is Botago Juman. I'm CEO and co-founder of TeenTechEd company, where we create the first AI consultant for education and internships abroad. Due to improper selection of the candidates, universities are losing yearly $37 billion just from the students who are dropping out after the first semester. Our solution to this problem is educational AI consultant. This consultant will help to match perfectly the program for the student, but also it will help universities and companies to select unique candidate based on their cognitive skills. Our uniqueness is that it's getting this information from the data set and analyzing it from the mathematical modeling and retrieving the data. From 2021, we grew from just 3 people of founders to the team of 18. And now we are already a cash positive company with GMV of $393,000. In just 9 months, we grew over 12 times. At the moment, we can make a history in the process of admission and recruitment. To make that happen, we are requesting for $1 million from Tim Draper to scale globally in the US for marketing and operational costs. Let's make the world a better place by changing the core process of selection in our lives. Thank you.
Terrific.
I was very excited and nervous. I was trying to calm down in order for me to speak very clearly, with confidence.
Woo!
Well done. So, who is your key customer and who's paid you $100,000, I guess? What kind of feedback have you gotten from them?
So at the moment, our customers are students, their parents, and the interns, and the people who we are providing services.
I see. So it's not the schools that are the customers; it's the students.
Yes, at the moment,
and their
yes.
Parents.
But we are using this data to use it for universities and companies later on. For that, we are requesting the money. Before that, we are the one who invested in the company, and it was running by our funds. In just 6 months, we were cash positive. So
why do you need the money if you already became break-even? Because the valuation does not look high enough, and if you're sustainable enough now to go forward, why you choosing this capital raise if you will compare this opportunity to just slower growth?
Timur Turlov, he understands that there is a fine line between your burn rate and having this revenue. It's a very risky line.
In our, let's say, territory, yes, we are sustaining itself and growing gradually, but we want an exponential and high growth.
Have you done any market sizing on this? How big it could possibly become?
For the actual market size is 6 billion.
And how do you come up with that?
We calculated the numbers of universities that can cut the cost for using our technology.
Since we have 2 different customers, we should have put 2 different market size.
Just the one straight question, ChatGPT. I mean, this thing is like learning like crazy. What if they learn what you're trying to pitch and becomes your competitor?
We already tested ChatGPT on that, and it is giving very general answers that doesn't really answer the question.
Since we have experts in AI ML, that's how we are going to match our technology and make it unique.
Well, Boda goes, thank you so much for being on Meet the Drapers. Great presentation. It was wonderful to have you.
To be honest, I was nervous and excited, and I did what I could do the best. I did my best.
Okay, what did all of you think of TeenTechEd?
Quickly, I like that these guys invested $50,000 their own money.
It's interesting. Parents will pay a lot for this kind of thing. Students will pay zero because they'll just figure it out. It was a little fuzzy for me as to whether there was a specific thing she was going after, AI for educating people to get to the right job or the right school.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Got confused.
If the product is sustainable enough, it already generates some, at least very small positive cash flow. And if this success will become more sustainable, it's definitely possible to make $1 billion here.
Now, I think it's time to bring on our next entrepreneur. But before we do, we all know what to do. Let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
Hi everyone, my name is Alex. I'm the CEO and co-founder at Idos Games. I really like to play games since I was maybe like 3 or 4 years old. I started from D&D, then Sega, then personal computer. I play a lot during the nights and lots of times missing my school. Mom always saying like, why are you playing so much? It doesn't bring you anything, just wasting your time. And now people can play our games and actually earn tokens. When I told her about that, she said, I don't understand, and that's okay. Being a gaming startup in Kazakhstan, it is already a challenge. Nobody even heard about gaming studio located in Kazakhstan. Sometimes they don't know even where Kazakhstan is. During the Digital Bridge Forum, we have met a little guy who met, hey, you are Idos Games, I love your game. His mom said in the future he wants to be a game developer. My heart was like, I don't know, like my feelings, I was like an emotional bomb and may just blow it up. My mom, she dreamed like I'm going to like Silicon Valley and like make business there. Suddenly, like when we heard that like Tim Draper is coming to Kazakhstan, she was like this. People should know like there are lots of talents in Kazakhstan. We can change the world. The history of Astana Hub is quite amazing. In less than 10 years ago, all the things that you can see around me, there was actually nothing. Being an entrepreneurship is quite hard in our country. And now we are at Idos Games making like super beautiful games, sharing the fun with the whole world. And thanks to Astana Hub and thanks to my country.
Coming up on Meet the Drapers.
I'm kind of wondering whether this model is going to work. The $200 billion, those are the big games.
Yeah. Okay.
The smaller games don't seem to make it. Alex Shige from Idos Games.
We're an ecosystem platform for mobile play-to-earn products, united with single tokenomics and a single NFT marketplace for all the products. So we're actually making more fun, lots of interesting games. All the assets that are used in our games, you can transfer and use it in all the games in our ecosystem. And we have developed also our own SDK that provides developer to optimize their development pipeline. If you want, for example, to connect to our ecosystem as a developer, you can need only at least a couple of hours and you're in Idos Games ecosystem. According to Traction, right now we have more than 300,000 registered users in more than 170 countries all over the world. And we have successfully finished the Silkway Acceleration Program organized by Google for Startups and Astana Hub. And this spring, we have passed the online hero training. And also we have generated $50,000 and more than 450K in USDT, in crypto. And we do truly believe that all the things that we're doing now as unique stuff, new stuff, will be like new standard of quality for all blockchain projects. Thank you.
This speech was like quite special for me. I was like, I wasn't nervous, but I was excited.
You know, I backed something called Game Salad way back when, and what I'm thinking is, games are so much a hits-driven business. Very few of them take off and become really, really big, and all the rest just go away.
I think like during my pitch, I think that Tim Draper did understand me.
I'm kind of wondering whether this model is going to work given those constraints, because the smaller games don't seem to make it. And the $200 billion, those are the big games.
Yeah. Okay, thanks you for feedback.
Game development, it's not just about like entertainment, and sometimes people think that making games is quite like easy, but it's all about the emotions. What emotions do you bring to person?
We are increasing our ecosystem. We are now collaborating with IT universities, and we already like have an MOU with 3 of them, and we have like at least already a couple of games.
Why your valuation is like 20 million? I mean, you're just like only 50K in revenue. I mean, you have 300,000 registered users, 1% of them is paying, and you are in this business 3rd or the 4th year. So are you accruing your value? And you raised only 450K of funding. And the only thing which is driving the valuation is number of years you are in the business, or what? I mean, because nothing else adds up.
I was surprised by the question of Mr. Lomtadze. We were actually struggling with during the negotiations with VCs, because the thing that we are doing now, there were any other competitors.
A couple of years ago, we were like almost finished the deal with a crypto fund from Silicon Valley, and the valuation was 25 million. It was actually our first negotiation with VC as like in history of Idos games. And like during this year, we haven't any competitors actually in the whole market. At the beginning of this year, we have seen a post that some guys from Silicon Valley has raised $300 million at the stage of idea of what we have done already. And we thought that like 20 million's value is not so big. It's actually okay for like companies such as.
And we know with whom we can like show these guys are doing this, and we're making like the same stuff, and you can watch their progress, what they are doing, and look for our project.
So looks like your revenue is not such big in this industry, and it's not growing fast.
Yeah, the main reason that we are not generating like much revenue for now, because for like last year and a half, we spent lots of time in developing our SDK. First of all, this skeleton was made mostly for our private develop to optimize our development, like our development pipeline.
Do you have any traction of this SDK revenue?
Not yet, because we're giving this SDK for like students for free, but in the model of revenue share, we will publish them on like mobile markets.
Terrific. Okay. Alex, thanks so much for being on Meet the Drapers. Great to have you on the show. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was quite excited. It was like a bit nervous, but anyhow, I think like we got a good pitch.
I really hate when you ask the question about why your valuation is 20 million and they don't talk about their own company. They're actually trying to put up this fashionable trend. You know, somebody in a Silicon Valley, somewhere there, you know, worth 300 million, and why we wouldn't be 20 million, you know? And that's when I was in venture capital, private equity, and that drives me crazy when they don't talk about their business. They try to throwing some numbers.
Yeah, I feel the same way. That was not a good answer. Just for the future of any entrepreneurs out there, you don't say, you know, oh, well, mine should be 20 million because, you know, Mikhail's is worth 19 billion. You know, you just don't. What do you two think?
revenue stream does not impress at all. Something gotta be wrong in the business model, or I don't know.
If you're not break-even, time works against you. If the market will start to pay, let's get back to this again.
I think it's time to bring on our next entrepreneur. But before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
Hi everyone, my name is Olja Zhiunkul and I'm the founder of Investbanq, an AI-powered digital private banking platform. So I spend most of my time between two countries, that's Singapore and Kazakhstan. My favorite mornings are in Singapore, where my wife and kid are. Both myself and my co-founder TeenTechEd were both from Kazakhstan. By a very interesting twist of fate, I ended up in Singapore. It all started with an impulse to make the world a better place. I would probably start there. My father was killed when I was 6 years old. He died in the line of duty, hero by all accounts. I was born actually in the Soviet Union, and it was a very dangerous time, and the city I was born in was a very volatile city. And he was fighting terrorism and organized crime in that city. But obviously that left a deep mark on me, that world is not ideal. If I can make the world a better place so that things like that don't happen or happen less often, one way or the other, I think every improvement, every decision, every good enterprise takes us to a better world, and that's how I find my calling, and I want to do business that makes the world a better place.
Well, the landscape definitely changing a lot in the last few years.
I think the government's push to diversify the economy, because it used to be predominantly mining and fossil fuels driven economy, and the push to change that, I think it's yielding its fruits.
Coming up on Meet the Drapers.
Timur, do you think that these guys can compete with you?
No.
Let's bring on our final entrepreneur. We have Investbanq.
Hello, good morning, dear judges. Mr. Draper, welcome to Astana. May I start?
Fire away whenever you're ready. Give us your pitch.
Oh, first of all, my heart was racing. I think public speaking is one of those things for me, no matter how much I practice. I'm always nervous.
Ladies and gentlemen, the investment industry is failing affluent investors. Through our own client base and industry experience, we have realized that the industry is focusing on the extreme ends of the client spectrum. That is, on retail investors that are well served by a combination of online brokers and robo-advisors, and ultra high net worth individuals that are well served by traditional private banks and family offices, whereas everyone in between, including affluent investors and high net worth individuals, have either to accept huge commissions or open dozens of accounts. That segment represents more than 60% of total available capital in the industry. Let's look at some numbers. By 2027, that segment will amount to nearly $250 trillion of assets under management. The geography we're focusing on, emerging Asia, will represent a $120 billion market, resulting potentially in billions of dollars of revenue. To service that segment, we've developed Investbanq, a next-generation AI-powered digital private banking platform for affluent investors. Our core innovation is the platform that gives you access to the majority of investable universe so that affluent investors can build comprehensive portfolios. Our portfolio builder can help build comprehensive portfolios based on client input, whereas our alpha scoring and value scoring algorithms can help achieve individual financial goals or align portfolios with value systems. We were born in April 2022, and in the course of short 1.5 years, we've built one of the most comprehensive solutions in the industry and achieved $50,000 of MRR. Imagine a world where you can access the whole of the financial universe from your pocket. Imagine a world where private banking is transparent. Imagine a world where investments go where they're supposed to. Or don't imagine it. Build it together within Investbanq. Thank you.
A big part of why we do events like this is to spread the message, spread the brand, increase brand awareness.
I'm sure Timur is going to have something to say about this. What is it that made you do this business? Is it that you could do something with AI that others couldn't do? Or is it just you saw a big financial market and got stars in your eyes?
It's going to sound a bit unusual, but that story starts when I was a lot younger. I actually have scientific background. I specialized in math and physics and wanted to be a nuclear scientist. I wanted to commercialize cold fusion because climate change is real. In this country, especially when I was graduating, there was very little future for scientists. And then I discovered that there is a term called venture capital, where individual investors can help science, and that wasn't very well developed in our region. And with time and experience over the course of 15 years in the investment industry, I realized that the investment industry is a great powerhouse that is inherently flawed.
Timur, do you think that these guys can compete with you?
No, I'm not sure that we are direct competitors in this case. So the first question is, why do you think you can go wider than for just friends and family? And the second question is your marketing strategy. How are you going to go beyond this friends and family landscape?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Turlov. First of all, I completely agree with you. I think we're not competitors. There's plenty of opportunities for collaboration. What we're doing, again, is a proven industry. We're an entrant number 7. Yes, it is a new industry, but it's a proven industry. So I think I could have communicated a few things better. So instead of competing with these guys that service their families or their circles, we will give them an alternative to a UBS that is expensive, inefficient, takes ages to open accounts. And I think with any financial institution, we can tap into areas that haven't been previously tapped before. And secondly, to answer your second question about our marketing strategy, we see multiple avenues. First, obviously, any private banking business, including digital private banking business, cannot be done with the relationship managers. But RMs working with Investbanq, Investbankers will be supercharged because they'll be 100 times more efficient than RMs in UBS. There are lots of simple facts. No one needed an iPhone before iPhone came out. So I think that this industry is booming, it's happening.
Your product, your customer, is it only B2B? For example, I would love to have an electronic, broker in my pocket, which would do all the math for me and earn me money.
Madam Ainur, thank you for the question. And as I said, we're actually looking and probably will do B2B2C. So imagine I would come to you and say, you are a fund of funds. I'll give you a comprehensive platform that will have one of the largest funds marketplaces. So instead of going and talking to these big guys one by one, I'll give you tools to analyze them, shortlist them, to contact them, all in a single nicely wrapped up interface. That's one of the things I'm excited about.
I mean, I have only one company to run, and it really takes a lot of time, actually, 25 hours a day. So you have like 13 portfolio companies. What portion of your time this business is taking if you're a CEO? It's 10%, 15, 25? How much?
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Lomtadze. This business takes 95% of my time. I am an angel investor. I invest tiny checks. I have a few things to share, but obviously these are tiny checks that I'm here to support the entrepreneurs, be a part of their lives. I got a unicorn from seed. I'm happy about that. But again, I play a very tiny role in these companies. So the judges in general were very experienced in the financial industry. So questions were spot on, not what I expected, but it was good. My answers came from the heart.
I like that you're at least wearing the t-shirt. So I think that's promising. All these things that you're doing are very jealous businesses, and the investing, the whatever, but maybe they help this business along.
I appreciated the moment. I appreciated the fact that I got to pitch close to an amazing team of founders.
Thank you so much for being on Meet the Drapers. You did a great job. So now is a time we have to decide, although the good news is we don't decide, the crystal ball decides, but we have to decide which of these 4 companies that we want to move forward to the semifinals of season 7 of Meet the Drapers. What do you think? Send your vibe to the crystal ball and let's see which of these extraordinary entrepreneurs from Kazakhstan will move on to the semifinals. So let's start with Arlan Biotech. We were very impressed with your enthusiasm and your energy. We're wondering if you need to put as much time into designing your business model as you have in designing your product.
For us, it was more important to show the idea, to show the importance of what we are doing.
TeenTechEd. Great presentation. You did a very nice job. We were a little confused as to whether your customer was the student, the teacher, or the school, and who would pay the most.
I would like to thank the judges to point it out.
Idos games. It's a great model. I mean, I think a static platform is not going to be as good as if you create a hit game and have other people design to that hit game.
We've made about tens of thousands iterations to make our games like good.
Your answer to the valuation question did not fly. You never compare yourself to another business. It's you're creating a new industry, you gotta do it, and you gotta even reinvent an industry or rename an industry. And Investbanq. Very interesting model, and I think AI in the financial sector is going to be taking a bigger and bigger share of people's minds. It is incredibly competitive, and if you are only 94% into this business, you're going to be beaten by somebody who's 110% into the business.
Or maybe it's cultural context as well. You cannot have more than 100% of time. Technically, you cannot give 110%, in my world.
With that, we've got to go to the crystal ball. And the crystal ball is often wrong, never in doubt. So we go to the crystal ball because we need the spirits. And I want you to throw all your spirits and all your energy into this crystal ball. One of you will be moving on to the semifinals of Meet the Drapers and getting closer to that $1 million investment. First of all, the quality here in Kazakhstan is extraordinary. When you have a country that becomes more and more free over time, great things happen. So, crystal ball, tell me, which one of these extraordinary entrepreneurs will be moving on to the semifinals? Is it financial? Is it biotechnological? Is it AI? Is it education-based, or is it games? What will it be? Arlan, Biotech, you're moving forward! The good news is you and all those people can vote. These people who may have not moved up to the semifinals, you can move them into the semifinals by voting. Go to meetthedrapers.com and vote.
I think people should vote for me and for my team because we also care about social aspect of the startup. That's why I believe we should all the time try to make better for others. Thanks to my team, it was honestly a very amazing experience.
Vote for us because we are the company who brings fun in this world, and the world will be super sad if there will be no games.
Don't vote for me, vote for my team. What we're building requires a lot from us, and I am proud to be a teammate with every amazing individual from a very diverse set of countries.
And see you next time on Meet the Drapers!